This is Mamuni. Thank you so much for being Amar Baba.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. As we all know, GST or Goods and Services Tax is a comprehensive, multi-stage, destination-based value-added tax. In other words, GST is a comprehensive, multi-stage, destination-based tax that is levied on every value addition. So in this video, I am going to discuss and explain in detail why GST or Goods and Services Tax is a comprehensive tax with an example step by step in the easiest way. So let's get started. Chalo, shuru kora jak. So today I am going to discuss and explain in detail why GST is a comprehensive tax. So why GST is a comprehensive tax? Please remember, comprehensive means includes. GST is a comprehensive tax because GST has subsumed means also includes or includes almost all the indirect taxes, that is 17 indirect taxes except a few state taxes like value added tax or VAT and central excise duty and central sales tax. Okay? In other words, GST has replaced 17 indirect taxes to make tax rate uniform, meaning same throughout the country, India. The motto of GST is One Nation, One Tax. GST is a single domestic indirect tax law for the entire country, India. Understood? So GST has replaced 17 indirect taxes, not direct taxes. Please note, GST has replaced 17 indirect taxes to make tax rate uniform throughout the country, India. Okay? That means 17 indirect taxes have been merged into one single tax, that is GST or Goods and Services Tax. Okay? As I have told you before, GST has subsumed, that is includes almost 17 indirect taxes levied or imposed by the state government and the central government. GST has integrated various taxes on goods and services into one unified tax, that is one nation, one tax, one market. Thus, GST has brought about unified tax regime. The motto of GST is One Nation, One Tax. The GST rates are same throughout the country, India. Earlier, the rates of VAT and sales tax were different in the states. Okay? The unified tax rates ensures there are no different tax rates for the same goods as well as services in different states. Please note, the unified tax rate ensures there are no different tax rates for the same goods as well as services in different states. GST means each state has the same tax rates for the same goods and services. I repeat, GST means each state has the same tax rate for the same goods and services. Okay. GST also simplifies the tax filing process as the taxpayers do not need to keep track of different taxes and their deadlines. Instead, the taxpayers can just file the indirect taxes in one go because GST is an indirect tax and not a direct tax. GST includes most of the indirect taxes, almost 17 indirect taxes which have been merged with a single tax known as GST. Okay? Now what is indirect tax? Please remember, GST is an indirect tax and not a direct tax. Now what is indirect tax? Indirect taxes are consumption-based taxes. Indirect taxes are levied or imposed on purchasing and selling goods and services. The supplier or seller of the goods or services pays the government an indirect tax and not direct tax. Okay? Indirect taxes are transferable taxes where the liability to pay the tax can be shifted to others like the consumers. Let me give you an example of indirect tax. For example, a seller adds the GST to the price of the product, and a customer or consumer who buys the product pays the sales price inclusive of the GST. So, who is paying the GST? The customer or the consumer. So, the customer is paying the GST indirectly. Understood? So, this is the reason GST is known as an indirect tax. Okay? And please remember, taxes can be classified into two types. Number one, direct tax. Number two, indirect tax. GST is an indirect tax. GST is not a direct tax. Okay? What is direct tax? A person pays tax from his or her own pocket to the government. A person cannot shift tax liability to someone else. What is indirect tax? A person collects tax from customer and pays to the government. I've already given you an example of indirect tax. A businessman can shift tax liability to customers. I've already given you the example. So what are the direct taxes? Number one, income tax. Number two, wealth tax. Number three, estate tax. Number four, capital gain tax. Number five, prerequisite tax. Number six, corporate tax, and etc. And what are the indirect taxes? I'll show you. Direct taxes are still existing, but 17 indirect taxes have been merged into a single tax called GST. So 17 indirect taxes have been replaced by a single tax called GST, but direct taxes are still existing. Okay? So 17 indirect taxes have been replaced or merged into a single tax called GST. Understood? Now let me show you what are the 17 indirect taxes that have been merged or replaced by a single tax called GST. Okay? See, 17 indirect taxes is equal to 1 indirect tax, that is GST. See, these 17 central government taxes and state government taxes merge with GST. 7 central government taxes plus 10 state government taxes is equal to 17 indirect taxes, which have been replaced by a single tax called GST, or 17 indirect taxes have been merged into a single tax called GST. So what were the central government taxes? Number 1, service tax. Number 2, duties of excise. Number 3, central excise duties. Number 4, cesses and surcharge. Number 5, additional duties of excise. Number 6, additional duties of customs, in short CVD, or countervailing duty. Number 7, special additional duty of customs, in short SAD. So what were the 10 state government taxes which have been replaced or merged into a single tax called GST? Number 1, entry tax. Number 2, octroi. Number 3, purchase tax. Number 4, luxury tax. Number 5, VAT or value added tax. Number 6, central sales tax or CST. Number 7, entertainment tax. Number 8, taxes on advertisements. Number 9, state cesses and surcharges. Number 10, taxes on gambling and lottery. These are the 17 central government taxes and state government taxes merged with GST. Understood? In other words, these are the 17 central government taxes and state government taxes have been replaced by a single tax called GST. Understood? I hope you understood and everything is clear now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your precious time. I sincerely hope this was helpful. I'll catch you all again in the next video. Till then, keep rising and keep shining. Bye-bye. Take care, stay safe and stay blessed always.